is that time. I am going to give you an update on my Apple 5 series, or my Apple Watch Series 5. I'm sorry, I got those words all mixed up. Anyways, I've had my watch for about, I know it's been definitely less than a year, maybe about 6 months already. I would say about 6 months roughly. And I am really enjoying it. I'm really liking my watch. Right now, I've been using this a lot for like exercising and just having it on me, just if I don't have my phone with me and someone's trying to get a hold of me and my phone's in the other room and I'm in, I could easily start answering on my watch here and then go to the room and then, switch off and go with my iPhone. I know that's like a first world problem probably, right? Not a lot of people care. People they're in a lot worse shape than where we're at, that wouldn't probably matter to them. But it's just a nice luxury to have, is to have something like that where you can easily call someone, or you could call someone on your watch as long as your phone's around, and and if you wanted to answer the phone call, you can easily do that. Now, of course, and what's really interesting too is like when someone's FaceTiming you, it will even answer that too. You can answer that way. I mean, of course, you're not going to see anybody, but you could still see it's like a regular voice call. So, so with this one, with the face watch, I'm going to take it off so you guys can see it better. With the face watch, the one I'm using right now is the breathing one. So like if I wanted to practice on my breathing, just touch that, and then of course I can do my breathing. Let me there you go. Maybe that'd be better. So and then of course I have my messages here, and then any of my alerts, or my date, not my date, my calendar, and then I can even show, I can tap it, and then it can kind of tell me, what I'm doing that day. Let's see, what else? And then of course, on the bottom here it has my little, the actual digital time, shows it digitally. Then down here is up here is all my alerts. And then what I wanted to really go on here is talking about the activity rings. Those, I am now just really starting to really use it now. It kind of tells you about your moves, tells you like how many for your exercise. Right, as of today, I have not really exercised a lot. And then how many hours I've stand, and then easily just dismiss. So it's a quick just a quick alert to see like, okay, how you doing. Then what I really like to do, so when me and my husband like to use a lot of like different workout YouTube videos. So what we do is, and we've been doing a lot of the high intensity interval training. So I've been using this one a lot, and it really it really records. It records. What's nice about it is it really records the like how many minutes you've been doing it, how many like calories you've been burning, like your overall your active calories, and then your overall calories, how much did you burn that day. And yes, you can see my little daughter in the back. Lynn, no throwing. Lynn, no throwing. So with that, right, sorry, so this is a really good thing. Okay, get down. Thank you. So going back to my watch, so when I'm talking about like the activity part, the exercise part, it really gives you a lot of different types of activities you might want to do. And then on your actual phone, you can go ahead and add some of there's other ones you can add too as well, which is pretty cool. And see, even here it says add workout. So I guess you could even add it here too, which is pretty cool, because I think it's a good app to use with your watch. So those are like my top things I like to use a lot. I like to use my activity, my rings, And then I like to use my, check my messages. So I like doing that. So those are my things I like to do with my watch. And I also like to see, like, my heart rate. It does, sometimes, it gives you all these things like, oh, you can't, like, the Apple Watch can't tell you if your heart, if you need something serious with your heart and stuff. So if you do feel like you're having a heart attack, please, go to the hospital or call your doctor, right, your physician. But it is kind of neat to see, like, how your heartbeat beats, basically. It does do that. It's like a little EKG. Now, again, don't take it to heart. I mean, it's pretty funny, right? Don't take it to heart. Which is this here. So here, I mean, this one, I mean, it does give you your heart rate, heart beats per minute. And when I'm walking, it's like about 75 for me. Sometimes when I'm working out, I could be up to 125, which is, I think that's kind of high, but then again, it does shoot back down. So it, like, when I am at my resting, it goes back to normal. So I think sometimes that just means when I'm at that 125 or 129 beats per minute, a lot of that's just because I think sometimes I think I could be overworking, or I'm really working my body that day. And so, hence, that's kind of the reason why it will be that high. So yeah, so I like having that beats per minute. And then there is, okay, here's the EKG, we're not voice memo, sorry, not that. There it is. So here's my EKG. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on here. Let's see. So I just got to hold your finger on the crown. So that's what I'm going to do. And I can't move while they're doing this. Hold on, Lynn. Okay, so right now, so they got my beats per minute, and it's 71 right now. And of course it's called sinus rhythm. So that's, okay, so you're trying to figure out what is sinus rhythm. If you go on I think it's is it your health app? It's either your health app, yeah, I think it's your health app. And they kind of, either your health or your, the same app as this one, the EKG one. I forgot, sorry. But when you go on that, they kind of give you it gives you the, kind of like, what is the sinus rhythm. So basically what they're trying to say with mine, if I'm not mistaken from what it says it's not, how my heart beats, it's not like, I guess, a regular beat. It's kind of, sometimes it kind of gets offbeat, if that makes any sense. So it's not like where majority, it just kind of keeps on going, and it's not like this, it's not like a constant beat all the time. And so again, now, is that something to worry about? I mean, yes and no. I mean, if you're really that worried about it, I mean, for me, I would suggest that you talk to your physician about it, and then they can hear you. Anytime when I've gone to the doctors and they heard my heart, they said my heart's fine, I'm doing fine. Again, it could, one reason why that could be the reason why I have that particular heart rate, or that type of, how my heart actually beats. I think a lot of it has to do with when I was a child, I did have a heart murmur at one point. Of course, when you have one as a child, generally when you get older, the heart closes. Unless the hole is just way too big, then what happens is sometimes you do have to go for surgery for that kind of stuff. However, I've been very lucky I haven't needed to do that. So, and every time I did get my heart checked, or when I do go in to get a regular just, healthy checkup, they say that I'm fine. So, I don't really see a huge need to go ahead and get that checked. Again, sometimes, a lot of the times too, your heart could also change beats also, because if you're really nervous about something, things like that. So that could also take an effect as well too, right? But again too, like when you see these kinds of things and it does alarm you, I mean, it's nice to have that on your watch. So if you do feel alarmed, or you feel like, okay, I've noticed this is not my normal, my beat. This is not my normal, this is not how hard or how fast my heart rate is going. This is not normal. Then, that kind of really, having that on your watch really does help. So then it can kind of like guide you, should you or should you not go to the doctors. I think that really does help. And it's always interesting to see, like, especially to like, how fast is my heart beating, like when I'm totally like relaxed? How fast is it when I am up to the highest level of energy? So it's really interesting to see that. Again, I'm not a doctor, and the people that work at Apple's not doctors either, right? So I always go on a caution. If you do feel cautious about it, if you do feel kind of concerned about it, then when in doubt, just go ahead and make that appointment, right? Because you can't. Again, I'm not trying to say to rely on your watch all the time, because you can't always rely on technology all the time, because sometimes technology doesn't always work when you want it to work sometimes, right? Even though this technology is awesome, I love technology, and I'm a when it comes down to technology, if I can get the latest and greatest stuff, I would. Sometimes in the end it does kind of backfire. So you just kind of have to pick and choose how you want to do that, how you want to use it, how you want to use those particular apps. But those are like the apps that I like to use with my Apple Watch the most, only because everything else that's on here, and I'll show it to you again, is like, I could, definitely go on my phone and get some of these things, like, again, I guess if I don't have my phone with me, if it's not right next to me, I guess I could open them up. But I'm not a big, I'm not wanting to read if I want to read an article or something, I don't think I'm going to use my watch. Okay, a watch is, the main purpose of me even thinking of getting any like tech watch, because I've had other tech watches as well. I had the Fitbit, I had the Pebble, and the main reason for any of those using is because I wanted to know if I had any alerts, if anybody's trying to get a hold of me, if I didn't have my phone, especially if I'm at work. For example, let's say I'm in the front office, and then my phone's in my main office. I didn't bring my phone with me. I just went up there to make copies or whatnot. If someone's trying to call me, then, and it's very important, it was a call that that I was waiting for that day, for either, for whatever that matter might be, at least my watch is alerting me and saying, oh, dude, someone's calling me. And if it's not important, then I know, okay, and then I can hang up on my watch, So those types of things, it's for me, that's what I like about it. Now, do I really need it? No, I don't really need it. It's not something I need. It's not something like, oh, it's a do or die kind of thing. I need it. Yes, thank you, Lynn. So, so for me, I really think, for me, the watch is awesome one. If you have the money to buy one, or if you can get a secondhand one, get one. It's a really good watch. I really like it for those sole purposes, just for those main reasons. Now, if I'm looking at other tech watches, what are the best? Of course, the best watch for an iPhone is definitely an Apple Watch. I mean, that's just what comes with the territory. So, you know, if you want the best, if you're looking at what will best suit for your phone, and if you have an iPhone, of course the iPhone's going to work the best. But if you're one of those people that just want the very bare to bone minimum for bones, you know, just kind of like, you know, help you with your exercising, you know, track that kind of stuff, then, you know, Fitbit works. I really like a Fitbit. My husband is now using my older Fitbit, and he really likes it. He loves his Fitbit. And the one thing I like about the Fitbit so much is that the battery lasts so much longer than the Apple Watch. I mean, yes, the Series 5 does have like you could play with it for maybe about 2 days. I think 2 days you're pretty good, but by the second day, that night you better just make sure you take off your watch and start charging it. I really think that's the best. You know, for it, and I think a lot of it too is because of all the pixels, the you know, how fluid the touch screen is, all those things that takes up a lot of energy, that takes up a lot of power, so, and a lot of battery. So for me, but you know, for me, like, you know, I love my Apple Watch. And I'm an Apple user. I love Apple. I love Apple products. I think maybe one of these videos I will show you a collection of what I have, of what Apple products I have. I love my iPhone. I love my iPad. My daughter has even her own iPad that we use, where we could save on some movies that we bought, and then save it onto her iPad, and then we don't need the internet. So I mean, there's just so many different things. Hence, right now she has what is she using? My iPad. So for the Apple Watch is really, how do I put it? Those are the number one things that I like to use. And I am an Apple, like I was saying earlier, I love Apple products. Apple products are awesome products, and you know, that's just something I like to use. So anyways, that's pretty much my quick update. Well, it's not really that quick of a update, but it's an update. It's an update about my usage of my Apple Watch, and that's what and those are the type of things I like to use for my Apple Watch. So please like and subscribe, and I'll be doing more videos sooner than later. So anyways, I'll see you guys later. Bye.